leading the blind, the sign of the giant, parasite, paranoid, the blind leading the
Oh, you don't know, you should. Because if you do, you do. And if you don't, you should get to know. Because that's the bottom line. $1 late, a little bit short. But hey, somebody had to take a little extra time to get ready. But that's okay. That's all right. We are here. This is the Value Wrestling. I'm with the big man, the super heavyweight luchador, Senor Z, Mr. Z, the Z-Man, the Z-Legend, the Redwood of the Value of Wrestling, who is always getting a little bit of a chop. And of course, you know me. I'm the Big Tyme with the Y. Why? Because if you don't know my name, you better get to know my name, because I'm going to make my mark in history, and it's coming real soon. Maybe sooner than later. You never know when things are going to get a little crazy, when the Big Tyme might just have to go supreme. I don't know. I'm on fire. I'm excited. Things have gotten interesting. Things have got exciting. Things are moving along in a way that is going to make 2025 a year not to miss, not to be, a part of this, the Value Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be a part of the Value Wrestling, you need to subscribe today, join, follow, like, all that stuff, because I promise you, the Value of Wrestling is going to set the world on fire in 2025 like it ain't never been done before. We are moving in a new direction. Ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, Ugly Dojo, Vacaville, California. What's that mean? It's going to be the big show to kind of wrap up the year. We just wrapped up the biggest show of the year with SPW's Hostile Holiday. We're going to break down a little bit of that after we get through Raw. We're going to touch on some of that craziness. We'll deep dive more on that on Thursday. And Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, do I have a surprise for all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to tell you, Ugly Dojo Saturday. You want to be here Thursday, because I promise you, the big guest that's going to be here Thursday is going to be worth the listen to, and we're going to hook it up. We're going to make it a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, it is so exciting. It is so good to be alive tonight, this moment. We are here. Mr. Z, Z-Man, Z-Legend. How you feeling, brother?
Living a dream. How about we leave it at that? Living the damn dream. That's all I need to say.
Brother, you'd be living a whole different dream if you would have last night. If you would have last night. I know you couldn't. That's not the issue. I'm just saying you would have.
Oh, you already know. You already know. I was
Ladies
ready.
and gentlemen,
I'm always ready, but
when the time is right and the world is good, you'll know. And when you know, you know. It's like the chant says, the Obsidian Goddess Illumide. You know, and if you don't know, you better know, because, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is lit. I can't believe what we did on Sunday. Sunday was incredible. The whole show was beautiful. We recorded. We've got it. We are piecing it together, but it's a freaking process. I promise you, when that all comes together, it'll be worth the wait. It will be up on the SPW YouTube channel, so make sure you go over there and subscribe to them to see if you went and want to see it again, because I mean, there was some amazing matches top to bottom. This card was loaded. It started off with the most insanity you've ever seen. Somebody got dropped through a TV. And then we had a one-on-one that tore up the house, and then we got into a multi-man, nine person tag match. It was a trios. It was a three-way for the trios tag titles that changed the landscape of SPW in a way you never knew was coming. And I mean, good God, that thing was all over the place. I'm surprised it didn't wind up outside, in the bathroom, in the back, around the corner, in the opposing field yard. I mean, good God. And then everything else that came with it. Last night was loaded. Jack Summit, WWID Jack Summit delivered in a beautiful match with Guapo Lupe. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't there last night, I don't know where you were. I don't know what you were doing. You missed the biggest party going out at the end of the year. Yes, we got Big Ugly. We got the Ugly Dojo on Saturday. It should be a great show. Will they be able to live up to the hype that was set at the standard barrier? SPW set the standard for 2024 and shut the door, wrote the final chapter on 2024 and closed the book, and are ready to set 2025 on fire, light it up, burn it down, and redo it all over again. And the biggest thing about 2025 is there's only one date, and I don't even give a damn about WrestleMania at this point. I'll watch it, we'll review it, and if I get to go, I'll go. But I'm telling you what, there is a bigger night in April than look, April 27th. It's it. April 27th is the date. I don't care what day WrestleMania is on. I'll watch it. It'll be great. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, April 27th,
The 4th.
25 years of wrestling history. When you talk about Supreme Pro Wrestling, and when you talk about Supreme Pro Wrestling, you talk about 25 years of professional wrestling history. I literally mean professional wrestling history because they have their fingertips on the pulse, and they've got the biggest names that you can talk about. I mean, if we want to talk about John Morrison, Timothy Thatcher, J.R. Kratos, Chupa, Big Ugly himself, the list goes on and on. Bobby Hart, Jeff Cobb.
It was just on Strong Style Evolved the other night. Jeff Cobb's one of them. Adam Thornstowe, Luster the Legend, the Reno Scum. I mean, folks, names that have been there.
I guess my not so good friend that I haven't seen in a while. Thank God. We'll talk about Jekyll's, who's a legend within the North Cal area.
Yeah.
But I mean the names that are coming through there, and let alone we could talk about the Honor Society, the legendary history of the Honor Society, and the people who have been a part of the Honor Society, and the ones that carry the banners today. Insure Samurai, Scoot Robertson, Eliza Hammer, and of course, Big Man, Big Frosty, Jake Frost. I mean, those are names that you're not going to remember. And then if you want to get into the faction of all factions, if SPW has ever had a faction that was close to being the modern version or an SPW version, whatever we want to say, of the Four Horsemen, when you look at the appeal coming out of Hostile Holiday, and ladies and gentlemen, no spoilers, but good God, I'll tell you what. The appeal is something special, and when you have a man like the Obsidian Adonis Illumide standing at the head, holding the SPW heavyweight title,
well, folks, if you followed me on Facebook, you got to see the champ's final words for 2024 going into 2025. And that right there, folks, if that doesn't get you going, check your pulse.
Because you ain't alive, and I promise you that. But hey, you know what? Let's step back. Let's go backwards. Let's chillax. We don't want to get into Supreme Pro Wrestling too deep. A lot of this is going to happen. We'll talk a little later tonight. We will definitely be breaking it down on Thursday. Wow, getting you ready for the Ugly Dojo show on Saturday in Vacaville, California. It's going to be a party to remember. It's going to be a lottie-dottie. We're going to be there. We're going to catch up with some familiar faces, and you want to be there. Wrestling in 2024, independent wrestling in 2024, you need to catch it before it's the end of the year. Because I promise you, it's going to be something special. And then when 2025 hits, when that clock hits zero, and it's a new year and a new beginning and a new era, ladies and gentlemen, 2025 will be a new beginning for the Value of Wrestling. Something big will happen in 2025. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. Something big's going to happen in 2025. I know it. I feel it. I'm going to make sure it happens.
There we go.
I'm going to tell you stories, folks. I'm going to tell you stories. We'll talk about it. Let's get in the Raw. Then we get back to this. I'm just excited, okay? I know you came here for Monday Night Raw review, and you guys get to the Monday Night Raw review. But you got to understand, we have a newfound passion for independent wrestling. And you know what? Even WWE is becoming the secondary to independent wrestling. And we love independent wrestling because you get to be right there. You get to be close up. You get to be right there, touch these stars of today, tomorrow, and yesterday, even in some cases. And it's not just because they're yesterday. It's just because they're there. They're doing this thing. But, you know, it doesn't mean their legacy's over. It doesn't mean their journey is done. They're still doing it, and they're still doing it well. Still doing it damn well. I mean, good God. Who will be seen as first opponent? We will have to wait and see how that's going to play out. No news on that.
I would honestly, let's real quick. There's no news on it, but we probably won't find that out until Raw makes their debut on Netflix. That's when that'll probably start piling on. We'll figure it out.
Well, he's supposed to be on that episode, so I'm sure he will start his issue. I wonder if he will go into the Rumble. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Anyways, we open Monday Night Raw with the one, the only. Oh, yeah, I'm wearing a beautiful hoodie. I'm telling you, the best $50 hoodie in the business today is something I'm wearing, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best. Yes. I mean, I've fallen in love with this hoodie. This thing feels fabulous. I'm telling you, put this thing on, you're like, I ain't never taking it off. This is the most comfy, cozy hoodie. Oh, man, I just wish...
This is the first time I've had mine off since I had it, okay? Like, I have just barely took it off earlier.
Dude, I usually wear my CM Punk, but this one's great. I just wish it had the little patch up here. You know, you had that front patch on one side or the other. Because it's the SPW hoodie, ladies and gentlemen. SPW hoodie. Where can you get the SPW hoodie? Yeah. At an SPW show.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets. $20 for an SPW show. $50 for your hoodie. Seeing the best wrestling in the business today in California or anywhere.
Money well spent.
No. It's money priceless. $20 ticket. $50 hoodie. Best independent wrestling. Priceless. The $70 you will spend for a ticket and a hoodie will be the best $70 you spent on this business when you come out to SPW.
Yes, plain and simple.
Just do it. Just do it. Don't stop questioning yourself. Stop overthinking it. Just freaking do it. Ladies and gentlemen, CM Punk opens the show. He's out here talking to Boston. He's not happy because a couple weeks ago he went face to face with Seth Rollins, and before that he wasn't worried about Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins was worried about him. And now he's like, yeah, I can't get him out here. He talked in foreshadow about Seth Rollins interrupting him, coming out here and tiptoeing, dressing like Liberace. He says he thinks Liberace's cool, but Seth Rollins likes to wear Elton John glasses. Threw out a bunch of things. Made fun of a guy wearing New York stuff, and I think it was a New York Knicks jersey. Being in Boston, which is probably the biggest crime. You shouldn't wear New York stuff in Boston. I get that, but you probably really don't want to wear Knicks stuff in Celtics country, especially since the Celtics just won the championship last year. But that's a whole different story. And if you're a New York fan, well, I only look at New York in one scenario, and that's baseball. And F the Mets and F the Yankees. Yankees.
There you go.
Picking up Max Fried and then getting a big trade today. Picking up from the Cubs, Cody Bellinger. Anywho. Eventually Seth comes out through the crowd. He wants to be up here with the crowd. And then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. Seth and CM Punk just started fighting it all over the place, up the alleyway, and around in the back. Everybody was trying to break them up, and they kept finding ways to get at one another. They fought all over the place. This is a beautiful way to open this up. This really set the mode and mood for everything. They attacked each other. They were going great. CM Punk with his big buggy eyes, looking all pissed off and annoyed. This is priceless. I love how they're opening it. We're going to get Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Yeah. WWE knows how to start 2025. If you're not looking at what they're going to do on Netflix in 2025, they've already got 3 major announcements. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. John Cena's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's gonna be a night. WWE starting 2025 off.
They're
Go ahead.
they're doing they're it's smart business. Let's put it where it is, and it's somebody with a wrestling mind that knows what the hell they're doing.
It was good
They're
stuff.
getting us ready for the new year. They're getting ready for the transition.
It was good stuff. They opened the
So
show.
I'm all for it.
They're gonna get us cooking for the end of the year, so we're all ready for this big jump to Netflix.
Yes.
Backstage, Liv Morgan's laughing off her victory, then looks over to a disappointed, stressed Finn Balor, who's wondering where they all were when Finn was getting his ass handed to him. Liv says Finn should have been focused on the tag titles. They figured Finn had it all under control. Liv wishes them luck as Raquel has a match tonight. Carlito's mostly just playing WWE 2K. Great stuff there. Ludwig Kaiser is going to be coming out next in the match. But before that, we see Seth Rollins walking with Pierce, and he tells Beth to give it a rest, let him do his job. In comes Drew McIntyre, who says Seth once told Drew that when it comes to Roman and the bloodline, he should get over it. Roman said it last Friday. Once he's vanquished his family, the whole world will once again have to acknowledge him. Everyone enabling Roman needs to be taken out. This includes Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy. Seth says he took Roman out of power already. Who was beside him? Jay and Sammy. They are friends. Drew is not his friends. Common interest doesn't make them friends. Friendships are forged out of respect. He has respect for Sammy and Jay, but not Drew. And the jury's still out with him. He's got nothing. He's got to go do something Drew couldn't do, and that's in CM Punk. A great little segment here between Drew and Seth Rollins to set the tone. We're all starting off hot with a lot of this stuff, getting everybody hyped up. And then we got into a Intercontinental title match. The Intercontinental Champion, the two-time Intercontinental Champion, as crazy as it may sound, Braun Breaker defending his title against Ludwig Kaiser. These two men had a solid match. Braun eventually rolls out of the ring. Kaiser rolls out on the opposite side, rushes around the corner, and stops as Braun is not there. It's because he's running around the ring. Shoulder tackle to Ludwig into Kaiser to the ropes and spear. 1, 2, 3. The match went 18 minutes, 14 seconds. Solid match between these two guys. Braun Breaker still has some work to do to impress me. But, I mean, overall, solid match. These two got it on, did what they needed to do. A great opening match for Monday Night Raw.
Well, they talk clash of styles. Like sometimes styles make fights, or styles make matches, and Breaker still seems. I don't want to say like a loose, like a freight train, but it still seems like there's some work that needs to be done with him, because it doesn't seem like he's really grasping the attention of everybody just yet.
Yes, no, and we're gonna have to see what happens, but I mean, good solid match between these two young guys, really building some of the upcoming stars of the future in WWE. And of course, we know our boy, we hope our boy, the Cartwheel Jack Summit, needs WWID. He's working on it. We saw him in action on Sunday. We can't wait to see him on this main roster with names like Braun Breaker and Ludwig Kaiser doing it and doing it well. I mean, there's something going to be special there. We can't wait to see our boy make it to that main roster. Backstage, continuing the story with the New Day. The New Day is walking around, getting ready to walk in the locker room when they were cut off by Rey Mysterio, who pops out of the locker room. And they say, "Hey, what's going on? What, we can't come in?" And Rey cuts them off and lets them know that there's nothing he can do for them, that they shouldn't go in there, that they should find somewhere else, because what they did to Eve was crossing the line. And it's best that they go somewhere else. Wood says that's fine. They don't want to share a locker room with them anyways. This is great stuff with what they're doing with Kofi and Woods. This Big E story. I don't know if Big E's ever going to come back and wrestle, but they've made him some massive heels in the tag team division, reviving the New Day in a way that was much, much needed. New Day was getting very stale. The power of positivity was wonderful and great. But at this point, they needed something different. They didn't split them like we thought. They did a great swerve that took everybody back, and such a great swerve that everybody's pissed off about it. And I mean, that's what's best for business.
It's money. That's money, folks. That's how you make money. Yeah, no, when Ray stopped him, I was like, oh, like I was like, okay, that's I could handle that. Ray being the elder statesman of the locker room, yeah, no, I get it.
No, great stuff. And Ray being there and them calling him a locker room leader. And he's like, hey, you have my hands tied pretty much. The War Raiders get a promo
Yeah.
that ties in their injuries and gives us some depth. They say that the Judgment Day tried to end their careers. They cheated, but the Raiders are stronger than ever. Every match could be their last. It has to be now. Eric's sons have to know it was all worth it, and the only way to prove it is to bring the World Tag Team Championships home. Next, we see Pierce, who informs us that when Raw debuts on Netflix, we are going to get to see Seth freaking Rollins versus CM Punk. January 6th is going to start off with a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if that's going to be a first match, but it's going to be a hot match on Raw. That is a must-see match. And I believe the Tribal Warfare is going to be on that same night. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa. Tribal Warfare is another big match. Roman and Solo, CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Good God.
And the beautiful thing about that is Raw goes back to 3 hours when they go on Netflix. So if you already have a subscription, you're good. If you pay a little extra, you get it commercial free. I mean, can you do the jump in subscriptions knowing that those 2 matches right there are right out of the gate? I mean, somebody, please, you gotta get your Netflix account back. If you have a friend borrowing it, get it back, please.
Get your Netflix ready because Raw is going to be something special when it hits Netflix. We see Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio, and Raquel Rodriguez come out to the ring. Dom grabs the mic and is met with the love and adulation of boos from the crowd. Liv gets on the megaphone and screams that she's the greatest women's champion of all times. Liv then gets on the much louder mic and says that 2024 year was the year of Liv Morgan, but they're just getting started. Eventually, out comes Rhea Ripley, who says Liv will want to stick around to hear what she's got to say. Rhea enters the ring as Liv tells her that nobody cares what she has to say. Rhea yells her to shut up. This has gone on long enough, so this is the time they settle once for all. Adam Pearce has made it official. Rhea gets a shot at the title, and she can see it in the future. The only thing that gets decided, because Rhea will be the new champion, and all she will be left with is her chicken tender slut. Yes, Liv will be left with her chicken tender slut. So, what was the best catchphrase?
Chicken tenders?
What was the best catchphrase of 2024, Mr. Z? It's something we're definitely going to get the debate on this end of the year show. Chicken tender slut or ho 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 bitch?
There we go. Well, you know what? I like the ho 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 because it caught everybody off guard, and damned if he didn't make him his ho ho ho.
Man, for the fact of the matter, he came on the show last Thursday and used that line, and then turned around on the show last night and got it one more time. Great shit. Seth is on his way out of the ring, the arena, when he's stopped by Jackie Redmond. They are about to have an interview when out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre attacks Sami Zayn. So the refs break it up. We are backstage with the final testament with the Miz. Miz has suggested that they should leave them now that they've been beating the Wyatts, but Cross says no. Miz will be in action next week. He is going to go one-on-one with Dexter Lumis, or Dexter as he's called. Miz walks away while AOP wonders if Miz can handle Lumis. Cross says no, but he needs to learn that when you make a deal with the devil, you can't back out.
Ooh.
So some good shit
Well,
here.
you know, we said it we said it last week. We said it on Sunday. Not Sunday, but we said it last week on during the SmackDown review. To everyone crying about, oh, they buried him. No, you're just extending this rivalry just a little bit more. You're building something or taking a turn for something different to happen. So, Dexter and Miz, I don't see that match lasting very long.
Anyways, the triple threat for the women's intercontinental title match takes place as Zoe Stark takes on Big Mama Cool, Raquel Rodriguez, meep, and Kaden Carter. Raquel Rodriguez runs over the body and launches off the corner with an elbow drop. Tiana bomb attempt, but Zoe drop kicks her off the top rope. Super kick to Carter. Z360s. Not the best one. Not the best match. This was a mid-match. Zoe Stark, so for PFC, Pure Fusion Collective, getting a win here and moving on in this tournament. So, I mean, you got to give it some credit that Zoe Stark's getting a win over Raquel Rodriguez and Kaden Carter. Can't really be mad about it.
Yeah, we still don't. I mean, like when they did the U.S. title for the women, we kind of figured and we kind of called who was going to win that. This one, I'm totally not sure. Now that I've seen with Zoe taking a win, whether they really who's gonna end up taking this thing.
Backstage, we see R-Truth applauding the Alpha Academy for their new commercial when in walks Chad Gable, who talks crap and challenges Akira Tozawa to a match next week. New Day are about to get an interview when they're interrupted by a screaming Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane was attacked by PFC, the Pure Fusion Collective. They took her arm and slammed it shut, slamming the case, one of those big heavy cases in the back with her arm in it, slamming it shut. The main event of the evening went into this show. The WWE World Tag Team Championships are on the line. The War Raiders versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. And boy, these teams came at it. Ivar hitting a clothesline to JD off the apron, tag to Eric War Machine. Cover 1, 2, 3, and the world went crazy. I know last night when I was doing my thing, there was people talking about this. They got the cheats in. They had seen the clips and they were excited. Everybody was excited to finally see the War Raiders win gold. The War Raiders come back to WWE. The War Raiders are tag team champions. This was a solid match. 60 minutes, 10 seconds to end the show. Everybody gets to go home happy. The War Raiders have came. They've arrived. They pillared, they plumaged, and they walked out with all the tag team gold tonight when they became the new WWE World Tag Team Champions.
I am totally fine with that. I am more than ecstatic to see them get that big win. It's been a while, and damned if they didn't deserve it.
Okay, hello. I went to see like Mercedes Hakuzi match and one of the best women match I went to see in WWE, huh?
That was Sunday, and it was all right. Not the best match, but I mean, for what it was, you'll have to tune in on later this week, and we'll talk about it on the rebound.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, later this week, which means Wednesday is your normal day. Once it gets up, if it gets in time, there's some technical difficulties, but once it gets in, it'll get up on the channel. Make sure you're paying attention for this week's New Japan Rebound podcast.
There you go. Oh my goodness. But yeah, overall, decent Raw. Not too bad. It was decent. Enjoyable.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it was a good Raw, and the ending was hot. I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for. Yeah, you were gonna say something?
Who's the PWI number one wrestler? Yeah.
Who was it?
Little Fettuccine. Can you tell us who that was? I don't know. That's why I'm asking him. I'm like, go ahead and let us know, because all right.
I haven't even paid attention to PWI in forever.
Right. All right. Hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. Top. PWI. Okay. Cody Rhodes is at the number one spot right now.
No, I don't think
coming
there's
in at number 2. Yeah, no complaints there. Swerve Strickland at number 2. Will Ospreay at number 3. Seth Rollins at 4. Tetsuya Naito at number 5. Damian Priest at 6. MJF at 7. Moxley at 8. Gunther at 9. And Mystico at 10. Now, that...
Mystico? At 10?
Yes.
Doing what?
At 10. I don't know.
He must have some good knee pads.
Oh, here you go. Kazuchika Okada's at 21.
Who?
Grace, everybody.
Who's that?
Let me keep going here. At number 30, we have Ilya Dragunov. That's all right. Mark Briscoe at 31. Let me see who's down at the bottom of the list here. Oh man, that's hilarious. So bottom of the list is Hataya. He's from Japan. I've only seen him like twice, so I mean I get it. The fact that Shota Umino's at 98, I'm really wondering where this is going. Jericho is at 90. Chad Gable at 89. Just trying to see who else I got here. Who did I miss? Really, nobody else. That's not that important. Joe Hendry at 51.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Ladies and gentlemen, sounds like an impressive PWI list this year. We will be talking more about that at the end of the year. We will be talking about who we think is our best superstars of the year, the best female, best male, best tag teams, who's made an impression, who's looking bright in the future, what does 2025 look like. We're going to talk about independent wrestling on our end of year show. It's going to be a fun time. Make sure you're here for that. That'll be a Sunday weekly roundup podcast. That'll be the 29th, December 29th. 2024, we will be doing this Value Wrestling weekly roundup end of the year event where we'll be talking about everything going on there. And then, it should be some good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We hope that you will join us for that. A new episode of The Scoop with Scoot is finally up on the channel right after SPW House of Holiday. We got with Mr. Scoot Robertson himself to get the inside scoop of all the things that are coming in 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just say we have our fingers on the pulse of what's going on and the details that are being presented, things that are being said. Value Wrestling is going to have a big year next year, but Supreme Pro Wrestling is really going to set the standard. They're going to open the new year in style, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, 2025 Supreme Pro Wrestling is going to be something very, very special. And they will be opening the beginning of the year with an amazing card that is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I believe it will be January 19th, SPW, Loyalty. It'll be loyal. It'll be Loyalty on Sunday, January 19th, 2025. So come out and show your loyalty. Who are you loyal to? Who will be loyal? What does it all mean? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for SPW Loyalty on January 19th when SPW starts 2025 with a banger. We already know that there is going to be an 8-man tag match presented on that card with the appeal of the Obsidian Adonis, the Dark Fox Illuminate, Jack Tracy, Nathan Brick, and Jason Xavier. I am sorry, I almost forgot names there. But Illuminate, Jack Tracy, Nathan Brick, and Jason Xavier, the appeal, will take on the Metal Mechanic, Bobby Callahan, and his newfound friends, or his old found friends, in the Punjabi Lion, Chima, and the young upcoming Stellar Studs. Ladies and gentlemen, I know they haven't got that big W yet. They've had 2 tag matches. They've had a couple of singles matches, and they just can't reach that big W. But I'm telling you, in 2025, Aiden Andrews, Bryce Kuza, the all-day crew is going to prove to you that they are something special, that they are the future of tag team wrestling. And I think they've got a few surprises up their sleeves. And you never know when new allies and new friends are going to show up, and you're going to learn all about loyalty in 2025. That is for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, you need to get ready. You need to be at Soccer World Indoor Arena on January 19th for SPW's Loyalty. It's going to be something special.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, kicking off the year right, you know, we're gonna enjoy bringing in the new year, and when bringing in the new year, a few weeks later, we're gonna kick it off with probably some of the best wrestling you'll ever see in Northern California.
January 19th, Loyalty SPW is going to be the standard bearer for what 2025 is going to be for SPW. They are going to set the bar and only push the bar higher, because on April 27th, 2025, the biggest night in SPW history will go down when the 25th anniversary show, when 25 years of wrestling history takes place, when it becomes one supreme night. And SCW is going to bring you one supreme night on April 27th, 2025. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's going to be a good year. It's going to be a solid year. It's going to be a special year. You know, let me tell you a word. The word going out of 2024 and into 2025 should be dreams. Some people say chase your dreams. Some people will say believe in your dreams, follow your dreams. Some people will tell you if you work for your dreams, you make your dreams work for you, and your dreams will come true. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, 2025, it's the word should be dreams. Now, I remember as a little boy when I first found professional wrestling. I remember turning on the TV and finding professional wrestling. I remember all the feelings. I remember being mesmerized, captivated, just enthralled, just sucked in. And in a time in my life when I didn't feel I had anything to believe in, professional wrestling gave me something to believe in. And I mean, I'll go as far as to say I love professional wrestling so much, so deeply. I named my son after my favorite professional wrestler. That's just a fact. And I remember being a little kid and saying, I am going to become a professional wrestler. And unfortunately, I let other people stomp out my dreams. I let other people's opinions and influence squash an opportunity of living that dream. And last year, the beginning of last year, I got introduced to a friend, a buddy, a supporter of this channel, and one AJ Kirsch. And I got an opportunity to talk to him, get to know him, get some feedback from him. And you know, it left me wondering what was going to happen. And then here we are, getting into the end of the year, and we get to October, and suddenly the planets, the stars, the world aligned, and I got the opportunity to live a dream. I got the opportunity to check a bucket list moment off my list. I got to stand in a wrestling ring, and for one night, and if only for one night ever, only for one night only, I got to call myself a ring announcer. And that was a dream come true. That was a moment that will live on. The big man here has been chopped by some of the biggest names in the business, starting out with Matt Cardona. I mean, that's just legendary. And then for him, in some of these, it's full circle, because he used to ride these circles. He used to go as the fan to all these independent shows, and the names of people that he's met along the journey of life to where he is now, like an El Chupacabra, you know, and then to stand on the other end and be getting chopped by some of these names has to be like this whole level of a dream. Now,
That's all it is. I mean, Oof.
Now all I can say is I believe in dreams again. I believe dreams come true once again because they're happening every time we turn around. We've been blessed with opportunities. The doors have been opened to us in ways that we can never fully say thank you or humbly appeal to anybody because we are just two guys. You know, not to take anything away, he's no longer here, and that's fine. But me and Mr. Clark started this channel a couple years ago. Things fell through, and then last year, in 2020, last year in 2023, we we really started this. We brought it back to life, and we put in the effort. And through 2023 into 2024, Mr. Z's come along and joined us, jumped on this bandwagon, and we have just launched off like a rocket into the stratosphere, into levels that I don't even think we had fathomed. We had wishes, we had dreams, we had thoughts, and now we're standing here in shock because dreams come true. Dreams happen, things happen,
Yes.
and you've got to take the opportunities that are given to you. And we are taking opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. 2025 is going to be a big year, professionally, personally. It's going to be an amazing year, and I hope you really take the opportunity to join us. We're not just blowing up smoke. Monday Night Raw was a great show. We've covered that. We are going to be talking about everything. 2024 is going to be a banger. The doors on 2024 are closing with loud ruckus. It's not the end. It may be the end of the 2024 chapter, but it's not the end of the big picture, the big story.
No.
There are so many more things to come, and next year is going to be something special.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. It's gonna be it's like you said, you guys, you and Mr. Clark, started it, and then you bring me along for the ride just to see where I fit in, and then here we are, ending the year in a position of just so much appreciation for those who have opened their doors for us.
And everything that's happened. The
That's
names
pretty
that
much
have signed,
yeah.
the names that have signed their names into the Choppy Choppy Hall of Fame. The Choppy Choppy Hall of Fame. We have one more. We did sign another name, but we'll bring that to you after the Ugly Dojo show. And we're gonna bend on one more name. We want one more name before we end 2024. We got to get one more name, and hopefully Thursday on the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast, when our special guest joins us, hopefully we can get him to sign his name into the Choppy Choppy Hall of Fame. Hopefully we can get him to agree to join that list of legends of names. I mean, look, it started off as a joke. I swear, it started off a joke on this channel, and it led to going to Stocktoncon in the winter or summer, the summer of Stocktoncon, and meeting Matt Cardona, and he did it. And it was an amazing, weird moment that we never really. We joked about it. We talked a big game, but we just didn't have. We did. I wouldn't want to say we didn't believe in it, but we just didn't know. We know we could do it. We know we could talk and ask, but we just didn't know if he would be like, yeah, and he did. And then this led to Chima, and then Chima signed his name into that, and then we went to Lodi Comic-Con where we had one of the best interviews I think you were going to find on any platform when we got to sit down with AJ Kirsch after Lodi Con and have one of the best sit down interviews, one of the best 1 hour. It was great. It was amazing. Go check out the interview with AJ Kirsch if you haven't checked it out. And then if you like that, check out the original interview we had with the Dark Fox Illumide, the SPW champ, because that was another great one. But AJ Kirsch on that day signed his name on the dotted line. Chupacabra, a legend in NorCal wrestling, Nevada, running 2 different companies out of Nevada. If you don't know, Wild West Championship Wrestling and Nevada Hood Slam. Chupacabra, a big part of those things up there. He signed in. Then we got touched by a little bit WWE magic when WWE ID'd Jack Summit, gave you a choppy.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have
Yes.
we have the other 2 names that have been added to the list. Or well, one name's definitely been added to the list. We will give you a little more after that show, but there may be one more big chop before the end of the year. And we're going to throw out that challenge on Thursday. So make sure you're here to check out the special guest and see that challenge thrown out to see what the answer is going to be.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I mean, it's going to be a
It's
banger
a
every
busy
year.
way to end the year. Yeah.
And if you want to SPW,
I mean, gee,
if you want to add SPW Hostile Holiday, we are putting that video packages together. It is over 8 hours of recordings, and we got to put them together. We got to pack them together. We got to build each match by match, and put it together in a bigger package. And then we're going to cut in and do commentary. And so it's going to be a minute, and that'll be up on the SPW channel. So go look up at Supreme Pro Wrestling on YouTube. Their channel is going to have this. We're going to put it together. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. And it's going to set what's coming in 2025. Incredible stuff. Yes.
I got nothing. I'm just ready for this. I'm already looking forward to Thursday. Like, this is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Thursday's going to be a blast. Hostile Holiday was just everywhere and anywhere. And I think you need to come Thursday so we can break that down more for you. And we'll be closer to the big project to have some idea maybe what's going to go on with that. And tomorrow, Wednesday, New Japan Rebound podcast may or may not be up. If we can fix out the technical issues, it'll be there. If not, just be ready. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so when any new content or videos go live, it'll be there. The new Scoop of Scoot is already live on the channel Thursday, not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow is the IWCP, the Independent Wrestling Community Podcast. A big, pun intended, guest on Thursday, which is going to help lead to Ugly Dojo's event on Saturday. And if you put words together, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about if you are familiar. And if I recall correctly, this man is also a former SPW World Heavyweight Champion, or SPW Heavyweight Champion, I should say. And he has a legacy that withstands the test of time in California and across the country, I'm sure. And also his legacy is growing in the next generation, which we love to hear more about. And I'm sure he's going to tell us about his boy over in Japan doing some great stuff over there. Maybe that'll be a name that also gets to etch its name in the Choppy Hall of Fame. We'll find out. Future endeavors.
That would be a name I got to get. Yes, that'd be another one. That'd be big for me for the reasons of that. Just is where he's at.
So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. 2025 is going to be crazy. So many things coming up in 2025. SPW Loyalty, of course, SPW will be taking shows in February, March, and then, of course, April 27th, 25-year anniversary. One Supreme Night.
Yep.
And that's going to be...
and now that we know that, I was going to say, now that we know how February is going to go, it got cleared up for us the other night. I'm like, all right, good. We're solid.
Yes.
We got to pack in that time.
We are going to be going to, hopefully with everything working out, we will be at Stocktoncon on Saturday in February, and then the following day we'll be in SPW country doing SPW. And, of course, One Supreme Night, I mean, the way everything's going, the way after last night, I don't know how anybody doesn't say they one supreme moment on one supreme night, one supreme chance to show that they can be supreme. I know I'm itching. Like I am not in the best shape. I am not trained. But
No,
you know
me
what?
neither.
The champ wants to say he is the Supreme Knight. You know, everybody wants to talk about one Supreme Knight. He is the Supreme Knight. I get in there. You know, sometimes you just got to jump in the ring and box with Ali, right? Win, lose, or draw. At least you stepped in, right?
Exactly.
Maybe
Oh, man.
maybe in one supreme moment, maybe I can get the opportunity to step in the ring and get an interview with the champ on one supreme night, the biggest night. I mean, that's still if he's champ. I mean, we talk a big game. I know he's a reigning, defending, and he believes he will be champ at one supreme night and beyond one supreme night. And that's, I mean, that's how you got to do it. And I know I'm jumping the gun, but maybe one supreme night I can stand in the ring. Because it's, you know, the other thing for me, and I don't know if you have, but I mean, this is going to be my first one supreme night.
This is your first one.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I mean, I definitely want to make
you're gonna love it.
I definitely want to make that night special on all ends, and I hope I get one supreme moment. You know, what will that be? Who knows? But anything possible.
And we'll find out. We will find out, folks.
Hopefully, it just doesn't become one supreme night with Jekylls. Hopefully, they don't decide to be like, "Oh, you want a moment? We're gonna put you in the ring real quickly. We'll let you interview Jekylls. We'll let you hash out your issues with Jekylls. Then it'll be one supreme ride to the hospital, right?"
Not again. Not again.
I have not seen him in a while after he lost to Illumide, I believe, on Plead the Fifth. You know, luckily, I haven't had to worry about watching my back, but I know 2025, I might have to start watching my back.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Value Wrestling. This has been your Monday Night Raw review. Miguel Z, the big man, Mr. Z, the super heavyweight luchador, Senor Z. I'm the Big Tyme, the one and only. That's a Big Tyme with a Y. Why? Because I'm going to be the name that you're going to remember. I'm going to be a name that you're going to talk about for a long time to come. And don't forget about my buddy, the super heavyweight luchador, Senor Z. He's going to shock the world at some point. Even if we call him the Shock Master too. There was that slow delay in that delivery. You're like, huh? Oh, yeah, wait.
Wait, no.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Good,
Make sure you ring
folks. We're all fun games. Make
sure you ring that bell for notifications. Drop your comments in the comment below. Give us a big thumbs up so everybody can get this out in the algorithm. And subscribe. Subscribe to the Value Wrestling. 2025 is going to be the year that we're going to make you wish you would have subscribed today. Because 2025 is going to get legit. We will see you on the next one.
See you, folks.